I'm Lucas,
I'm Kathleen,
and you're watching Last Week with IHS 21.
the talk show where seniors from the Independence High School discuss semi-relevant topics and overall have a chill time as we cruise through our everyday school lives.
And today we have some very special guests as they are part of a school band called Grande Iconic. So why don't you all introduce yourselves along with what instruments you can play?
Hi, I'm Michelle, and I am the Grand Iconics pianist slash catch-all. I play whatever instruments need to be played, so like percussion and stuff like that.
Hello, I'm Nicholas DeGuzman, and I'm the lead guitarist.
Hi, I'm Simone, and I'm Grande Iconic's singer. And sometimes I play bass guitar.
And hi guys, I'm Casey Hernandez. I don't really play instruments for the band because I'm not that good at them, but I do know how to play a bit of guitar.
So maybe you guys want to give a little background to your band and what your mission is, and if you guys just write your own songs, do you guys do covers, or just a little introduction?
Okay, I'll start. Because Nicholas and we were friends since middle school, and
Yep.
in freshman year, he wanted to make a band where he was guitar, I was bass, and we had no one else. So
Yeah.
we went and asked Michelle, and Michelle was our pianist. And then Michelle brought in, and then we had an additional member named Melody too, who goes to Piedmont Hills High School. But now she is just a spontaneous guest star at times. And now we have Casey, who is now our current singer and sometimes guitarist.
Basically, when we perform, we started out doing a lot of covers because when we were writing music, we weren't like super confident in writing music, and more recently, they've been starting to do more original music. I say they because I'm more of like moral support now. Like, I've taken like a hiatus
Yeah,
from the band a little bit, and so it's just like I'm kind of there, but I don't really perform. So they do a lot of original music, and actually they were writing a song this morning, which is really cool.
Yeah, we wrote it. We wrote it like last night.
Yeah, we could preview it later or something.
Definitely.
Oh my gosh, that's so good.
Yep.
Okay, well, very happy to have you all here today.
This is currently being recorded March 10th, 2021, and today's theme is pop culture. Ooh. Yeah. For our first topic, let's talk about music. When it comes to music, what is your guys' taste in particular?
We love R&B like a lot.
Yep.
Like a lot of the inspiration that comes with our performances draw from R&B and maybe like some pop, but mostly R&B, and that's like how we write music. Well, at least the other members, how they write music as well.
Do you guys have like a specific era of R&B in mind?
It's kind of a variety. Sometimes it could be like 90s, but it could also be 88 Rising Nikki. So
Oh, good stuff.
That's
The modern stuff.
basically
That Bay Area type beat. For real. When you guys come up with the inspiration for your guys' music, are there any specific artists that come to mind?
Let's see. There's like Rex Arch County. There's Joji. There's Nikki. SZA. There's just a lot of like. Just think of any
Tori
like,
Kelly.
Oh yeah, R&B. I
Yep.
forgot about her.
One thing I do want to like actually ask you guys. So you guys get your music inspiration from R&B, right? But what do you guys normally like listen to that like that doesn't influence your music? Like some of your tastes that don't influence your music, but it's still in your mind.
There's so many other kinds of genres that I listen to. I listen to like, well, personally for me, I listen to like metal. There's metal. There's also like weird Filipino songs thrown in there. There's like, when I'm relaxing, it's just like really sad Irishmen. Like Damien Rice and Glenn Hansard are my go-tos for no reason. I just love them so much.
I'll go next. I love R&B. I love Bay Area music, but of course I'm a huge weeb. I love to watch anime and listen to J-rock, J-pop. So I listen to a decent amount of Japanese music, which is not included much in our songs, but maybe one day.
Simone's big wishes right here. She just wants to create anime OPs. I support.
Personally, I listen to a lot of classical music because I'm a classically trained pianist. So
Interesting.
that doesn't influence music that we play or like music choices, but I listen to a lot of that. And then also I've been getting into, I've listened to alternative mostly, and I've been getting into K R&B, which I guess is like a subgenre of R&B. But that's kind of
Okay.
like influencing our music, I think. At
Yeah,
the,
for sure.
Mhm.
Gotcha.
Okay, well, moving on to our next topic. Another large medium of entertainment in the industry has to be shown, especially during the pandemic. What are some of your guys' taste in shows?
I'm not gonna lie, I put this topic in here because I just want to geek out about shows that y'all been watching lately. Because
Okay,
I've just
so
okay. So I actually just want to go first. Actually, I'm just gonna steal the spotlight real quick. So I started watching anime a lot more recently because like before, for the longest time, I haven't been watching shows because I've been too much into JRPG video games lately. So I started watching a bit more anime. I finished Darling in the Franxx, which is really good. People hate it, but I love it. And then Simone put me on Jujutsu Kaisen. But yeah, and I love it, and I'm starting to just watch more shows in general. So yes.
me too. I've been watching Jujutsu Kaisen, but I have something to share. I am obsessed with the miraculous tales of Ladybug and Cat Noir. Please! Oh my gosh. I love that show
Wow.
so much. Yeah, thank you.
I watched one episode of that, and I could not get into it because it felt like a kids show.
Yeah, it is.
Hmm.
And dude, the plot is better than a
The
lot of
plot.
anime. I'm
What
not
is the
Plot.
plot in late?
Please, I'd like you to explain the plot of Miraculous Ladybug, Simone. Get us hooked.
Okay.
Get us hooked on this show.
All right. Oh, well, I would spoil it. Well, let's just say that there's a school girl who really likes this guy in her school, and basically they both turn out to be superheroes who can't reveal their identity. And so, but also the guy, when he's a superhero, he's in love with the girl superhero. So they were in love with different versions
Personas.
of each other.
Oh.
I feel like you just described Spider-Man, but if MJ was a superhero.
There's more to the story, but I can't spoil it.
Okay.
Oh.
That's cute. Movies, yes.
Well, I don't watch anime, so I can't relate to any of you guys, unfortunately.
What about like
Um,
some good Netflix shows?
yeah, so lately I haven't been watching anything because like, life is getting in the way and just senior stuff and all that. And I used to like, binge all the popular shows that people watch nowadays, like, like Grey's Anatomies and Vampire Diaries and all that. Like I used to do that, like I would pull all-nighters, yeah, all-nighters just to
Yeah.
watch shows, but that was like my past life, like I don't even remember the last time I sat and watched a show for like an hour or so, just because life has been so busy. But lately, you guys have heard about the news with the royal family, and everything. So it made me want to start The Crown on Netflix, which is basically solely around the royal family. It's like a fiction adaptation, but almost like it's pretty accurate in some ways. So I just wanted to watch it to learn the story behind the royal family. But that's basically what I've been watching so far.
Wow, that's interesting actually.
Yeah.
How about do you guys have any shows that you really like but you feel are way too underrated?
it's gonna be kind of embarrassing. Well, I don't think it's embarrassing. I don't think it's embarrassing, but to be honest, I find that a lot of like PBS kids shows, like the classic ones, not the new ones, but like the classic ones. No, oh my god. Okay, like
Barney.
no, like not Barney, because I think like those were on PBS Kids, but they were also shown somewhere else. But like the ones made or produced by PBS, those were so good, and I find myself rewatching those a lot just because like I'm someone that can't watch a long show with a long plot because I'll have to like watch it in one sitting, and I just don't have the time for that. So if I watch like shows that have standalone episodes, it's easier to like digest and watch. But also like it's super entertaining because as you grow up, like different shows have, or the show has a different meaning to it, and you start to understand it from a different perspective. Like as a kid, you take those shows and you kind of apply those morals into your life, and then I think, I don't know, but as you're older and you look back, you can see like how those exact situations have appeared in your life and how you dealt with it either similarly or differently from the things that happened within the show or that happened within your life.
When you were older, you can realize that Barney was just the kids on hallucinogenic drugs.
I love that visual. She's like analyzing, like really just getting into like the inner mechanics of like Big Bird or
Yes.
something.
Oh my god, did you guys see, okay, this is kind of unrelated, but did you guys see that one tweet where they were like talking about Big Bird and his cousins?
He has
Big
a
Bird is
cousin?
No.
Yo, the lore.
Dude, his cousins
There's
are
lore?
diverse. They're really diverse. I love them so much.
Yeah.
Wait, explain
Like
diverse.
international Big Bird.
Yeah, the Big
Yeah,
Birds on
the international ones.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, like
Huh.
from different countries, I believe.
Gotcha.
So what shows are you specifically talking about, Michelle, that are from PBS?
Okay, so my sister is like 6 years younger than me, so she's watching a lot of like Arthur, so I watch with her.
Oh my
But
goodness.
also I tend to like rewatch like Wildcrats or like Zoofoomafu. Just like I guess like PBS kid shows are kind of like my comfort shows. Like whenever I'm sad, I just pull up.
I can see Wild Kratts as a comfort show for sure.
Exactly.
Remember middle school? Every day I woke up, it was on PBS. So we turned on the TV. Wild Kratts was on as me and my brothers are getting ready for school. That's definitely a comfort show.
Speaking of PBS Kids, do you guys understand the hate that Caillou gets all the time?
He's a dumb little kid that doesn't do anything. I hate Caillou.
I
He
love
like stubs his
Caillou.
he
Caillou's-
stubs his toe when he cries to his mother.
No, that's true. Okay, Caillou, like I can like I can't sympathize with him, but like Caillou's a solid show. It's just Caillou as a character is low-key annoying because as a kid I was like, why is he crying over like the smallest things? And the point of every episode is kind of like, oh, he has a tantrum, and then his parents teach him a life story about it, and then he no longer has this tantrum, right? And kids learn through that, but like he's spoiled. Like
Yeah, he sounds like
No.
a spoiled brat if he's
Yeah.
crying at everything, and then and then his parents have to go on and explain it.
He gets to have a tantrum first.
Yeah, what the heck? I like that you brought up PBS shows because that reminds me there are a lot of obscure PBS shows. I remember there was this one I was really young I used to watch. It was called Kipper the Dog.
Kippa. That
Kipper.
one?
oh my god, I remember.
Oh my
You just
gosh,
had to do
I
the
got it
voice.
right.
That like unlocks so many memories.
Kippa.
Oh my god.
And it had this like opening with this really deep voice, and it was like, yeah, I don't know. I loved it as a kid.
Okay, I'm very sad at PBS because I don't know if it's just a nostalgia thing, but like all the new shows just don't really compare to the old shows just because maybe like nowadays they have to be more relevant to kids. Like I guess it's more technology oriented, but back in the day, like Word, I can't say it.
Word Girl?
World.
Oh.
Like
Word
the one
World?
where the animals.
Oh
they
my
have
God!
letters, and then they smash together, and it becomes an object.
You just unlocked a memory. You just unlocked a memory. Oh my god.
Do you guys remember it?
Yeah, Word
Sounds
World.
familiar. I
It's
don't
like
know.
a cat.
PBS
Or,
also
like-
had like a website where you could play Flash games, and I would go on that all the time.
Oh my god, that was like the gaming site. That was like, I think Cool Math Games and PBS Kids as a gaming site was like all the entertainment you needed on top of like,
Honestly.
yeah.
Moving on to our final topic, arguably nowadays bigger than the other two mediums, social media platforms have grown exponentially over the years and have a gigantic influence on people's everyday lives. What do you guys think are the qualities of a good social media influencer, both content and character-wise?
I feel like Michelle would have the best answer.
Yeah.
Well, you.
I
no,
think so. Cause like I don't care about my image online most of the time. There's a bralette photo of me on like my page. I don't really care. Could never be an influ. I'd be the worst influencer because I just do random stuff.
Nicholas, you are an influencer. You put out music.
Yeah.
True.
He's a musician.
You guys are
True.
all you guys are all
Fortissimio
influencers.
on Spotify. Thank you.
All
Wait, how
all
do
of
you
you guys.
pronounce it? How do you pronounce it?
Fortissimio. There's an I at the end.
Fortnite.
Oh my god. Okay.
Fortissimio.
Why is it? Why?
Or Fortnite. Sorry.
No more Fortnite.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
Have
Okay,
y'all heard that? Wait, hold on. Have y'all heard that Chug Jug song? That's
Number
like
one
American
victory,
Girl.
boy. Yeah, Fortnite. We're about to
I've
get.
unironically been playing that while I'm in the shower. It's
It's
such
so
a good
good.
song.
People think it's good. I don't share that opinion. I'm not gonna lie.
It's like it's like one of those songs where you hate it at first, and then as you like listen to it more, you're just kind of like, this is ingenious, and then you start listening to it unironically.
That was me with the Among Us Trap remix.
The imposter.
With the imposter Isos.
Okay, so nowadays, for influencers, a lot of people think TikTok, comes to mind because it's such a big platform that everyone uses, no matter like what your interests are. So, do you guys use TikTok, and like, what do you guys think about the influencers on there?
TikTok.
I think like.
Yeah, I listened to TikTok by Kesha. What of it?
Please, please.
I think that I don't use TikTok, but I watch TikToks through Instagram Reels, which kind of.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's how they all start, Michelle. That's how we all
That's how they all.
start.
That's how I started.
Well,
That's how
I
I
don't think
started.
it's counterintuitive, but weird.
Actually, no. I think it's not counterintuitive
Yeah, I
because
think
you can just have everything in one app. You don't have to switch between apps
Yeah,
if you want to watch
it's so
TikTok. Just
great.
go to your reels. See what's going
But
on.
Yeah.
Instagram shows TikToks that happened days before, so you're
Yeah,
kind of
it's-
behind on the current subject.
Also, like sometimes I have like ideas for TikToks, and then I hear a TikTok audio on Instagram, but I can't save it and use it for the other one, and I can't find it on TikTok, so I end up not making any TikToks whatsoever.
That's true.
Going back to the original question, I think that TikTok is a really good place to spread information, just because the way the algorithm is written is it supports creators more than it like diminishes creators.
Yeah.
And so I think that a lot of people are able to have that their self-expression. Like influencers like Hype House. I don't know what, like those types of people where they they just dance to someone else's dance and then rack up views just because they have like pretty privilege or something, or they're just like doing really appealing things to like 13-year-olds. I don't really like that as much because yeah, they're creating, but it sometimes
Not very
it just
original.
it fills the gaps in between like more productive creation. I think there are a lot of artists on there and a lot of like actors and like people who are aspiring to become like more in the fine arts industry or something like that, or like the performance industry, and they're kind of blocked out by all these influencers more not high up, but the ones that are like representing TikTok, I guess. So I feel that I don't particularly like influencers on TikTok just because it blocks a lot of like smaller creators. But I mean, at the end of the day, as long as they're not really hurting anyone, but they are. See, that's a different topic. But
yeah,
like,
they are. Let's yeah. Ugh.
They are hurting people. But if they weren't hurting people and they were just having fun as like kids, then so be it. It's like, who am I to judge?
Yeah, but man, it doesn't help the fact that they make big money off of being unoriginal. If I had the choice, all the money would go towards Nick.
What?
All the money would go towards Nick. Not gonna lie, I like your music, dude. I listened to what was it? Forevermore, the one with Casey in it.
Oh yeah.
That one's really good. I sometimes get stuck in my head. I'm not gonna lie.
So did you guys grow up like watching YouTube and like the OG YouTubers and all that? How do you think that has changed for you, and what do you think about like YouTubers nowadays? Are you still on YouTube? Do you miss the old content? Like, what's all that about?
Oh man, I have a lot to say about the current YouTube.
Same.
Well,
Same. I have a lot on this topic, but
Go
I know
one
We have
thing
time.
we do have time. The one thing I do give like some people do like criticize TikTok just for being mainstream or whatever, but I will give it this. It doesn't block out its lower creators. It puts the lower creators with maybe the fewer likes on your For You page. YouTube doesn't do that. YouTube doesn't support the up and coming creators. It's just the
Yeah.
people at the top making the money, making the unoriginal content and the clickbait.
The older platforms like YouTube, Instagram, possibly Facebook, they really value people who are stable and who can make money. They don't like to take risks as much just because it's like they already had this. I don't know how stocks work. I don't know how it, but in my head, what I was thinking was just that it's more stable to have people who created the same type of content that works every time. It's just a reliable investment compared to like supporting lower, not like up and coming creators. But I also think that there's a lot of like people who make the same content, and that's why the people on top, they make more original content.
We'll say though, on YouTube, a lot of it's starting to become more and more like TikTok, like the bite size. YouTube introduced this thing called YouTube Shorts, where they're basically TikToks. They're basically the like vertical videos that can't be more than 60 seconds, and you can just scroll through them on mobile. They're a huge algorithm boost to your channel if you produce them actually, because people get that, just racks up views. It's insane that that's what's preferred, because I am a person that actually enjoys long format video essays. Like say I'm making my lunch or brushing my teeth or something, I like listening to video essays. So to see all that always get shoved in the back is kind of disappointing.
So, one final question before we end off here. What do you think of the current climate of entertainment?
I feel like most things today, there's like it's very hard to find those gems that are really good now, because everything feels a little too much cookie cutter. There's too many things that are just like stale, right? So like in our like quote unquote profession, with music, everything is like you really have to look for something that sounds good to your own taste, because there's so much music now that you can find whatever you want, right? But then it takes even more effort to find something that really like speaks to you.
And like not a diss on, okay, maybe it is a diss on modern music, but this has probably been a problem forever. Even though we say like, oh, music now all sounds the same, it's been a problem like ever since we were kids, ever since our parents were kids. It starts to sound more and more like the same.
Yeah, like that's it. So true. Like I think one thing to like keep in mind with that is just to know the difference between songs sounding the same and songs just having motifs of their own genre. Because with R&B, there is so many motifs. There's like soul in it, right? That
Right.
like only a few types of singers would have. But because it's only a few kinds of singers, it's like of course it's gonna sound a little bit all the same because there's only like a select few that can sing that particular way. Yeah.
And then with like TV shows, the TV show, like the TV show, like I think like environment is way different than it was when we were growing up because of Netflix, because of streaming services. You can binge a show. You don't have to wait every week for a new episode, which I don't know if I miss or not, because I do remember vividly waiting every week Monday 7 p.m. for the next Adventure Time, but and like waiting in my parents' room because they had the DVR, sitting there. But I don't know, having a bunch of shows just on demand, I like that too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think we kind of miss the nostalgia of that, like waiting around for a show to come on and, the commercial breaks in between.
Oh, I don't miss the commercial breaks at all.
Well, no, I know, but like just like, the
What?
act of it, like,
Oh,
having to wait and
hold
all
on.
that is just bringing back a memory that you had, because I feel like now that when we have to sit down and watch TV, we're more prone to gear towards Netflix and Hulu and all those streaming services just because we don't have those commercial breaks.
Mhm.
And I feel like entertainment has become very easily accessible, whether you have money or not. And I just think that's also really good because creators get that platform that they don't, an easier platform to reach an audience that they might want to target.
Okay, Nick wants to pick a fight with me.
The commercial breaks when you're like a little kid, the commercials are like
They
what
hit
do you call
diff.
it? They're like what would it be like? It'd be like the
Pillow pet.
piece of ginger after like having sushi. It's like it refreshes your palate for like a lot of the shows. When you memorize the rotation of commercials as a little kid, that is the best
Yeah.
feeling on earth. Because then you just mouth the words while you're watching.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
True. That
Okay,
was
I
very
admit,
specific.
I have memorized. I remember when I was a kid, I memorized a lot of commercials. I see that in my littlest brother too. He memorizes a lot of commercials too, whether it be cereal, whether it be cartoons, or like fast food. It's just
Yeah.
it just goes to show kids are impressionable.
That's how big corps get you.
That's how
They
they
get you
get
to
you.
remember everything as a little kid.
Because I know when I'm scrolling on TikTok and sometimes people post like old commercials and I'm like, oh, hey, I remember that like from a long time ago. But if you were to show me a commercial that was like made like recently, I would have never been able to identify it because we just don't see commercials as much anymore. And you know, there's like
Mhm.
that skip ad button on YouTube. And if you have ad block, you never see those ads anyways. So I just think, you know,
I
it's
do
definitely
memorize
changed
YouTube
a lot.
ads though. They're more on the annoying side though. The
Ugh.
YouTube ads.
Yeah.
I swear. There's just some
You're not a dish, you're a man. I hate that commercial. It's been on for like 2 years.
Or like the army ones. I remember there's just some periods of time where there's like a ton of army ads on YouTube, and it's
Oh
like
yeah.
unskippable 30-second ads.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually insane. But I will say, on the top of the commercial tier list, like the SSS Plus tier list, Pillow Pet commercial, hands down. Like you can't beat that.
I remember that.
It's a
It's a
pet.
pet.
It's
It's
a
a
pet.
pillow pet.
See,
I had one too. It was
so
a Bumblebee.
nice.
Very
Dude,
good
I
stuff.
had 3.
Oh my
I
god.
remember.
Jeez, spoiled.
Oh my god. I remember wanting a pillow pet, but then they're like super expensive. I still want a pillow pet, but
They were like $20.
they're like 30 now. It's kind of a rip off, but it's okay. They're so cute. But I remember wanting one, and then I saw one at Michael's. Like they had like a bargain bin of like knockoff pillow pets for like $5, and I remember loving that to death.
Oh my goodness. That's
But-
really great.
Don't they have like light up ones or am I tripping?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, they did.
Oh my god.
I never
Yeah.
had the light up ones. I just had the normal ones.
I always wanted like the light up ones. If you make anything
I-
light up as a kid, you gravitated towards it immediately.
Oh no, if anything lights up now, I gravitate it immediately. Why do you think I put LEDs in my room?
It's shiny.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I think LEDs are kind of like the new nightlight. Like I remember as a kid, they'd always like advertise not just the pillow pets, but like the shapes of nightlights, and then or nightlights that make shapes on your ceiling and stuff.
Yeah, like the Starry Night ones.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think general consensus is that, you know, as entertainment goes on, it becomes a lot more streamlined, which can be considered a good thing or bad thing. What's that, Michelle?
Mhm.
So I want to talk a little bit about it. Like entertainment becomes streamlined, but there's this thing in statistics. I don't want to bring up math, but like I'm gonna bring up math.
Let's
Okay.
go.
It's like the more your population increases, the more variability increases. I think I took stats 2 years ago, so I don't remember that much.
I'm taking
But-
stats right now. I should know this.
It makes sense either way.
Yeah, but it's like even though we see that, or there's more variability in the sense that everyone has like micro changes, but everyone can be fit into different categories if you broaden the category enough. So the same thing goes with media. Like everyone has a slight change, but everyone is the same because there's like 7 billion people on this planet. It's like really hard to have a unique idea. This also goes back to like music as well, where it's like a lot of times you don't see like a lot of unique musicians in the sense because everyone has like similar thoughts or like just the genre nowadays, everyone's influenced. Like if you look at old eras in music like Baroque, classical, romantic, impressionist, and currently contemporary, it's like they all have similar traits and you can define them by similar traits. So music will always be similar until someone like revolutionizes it and changes it. But it always goes like back and forth between like super complex, we're in like a super simple era, and so everyone's music is very like simple. It's based on like maybe
Yeah.
the same 4 chords. It's
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like everything is not unique. It's unfortunate that we're stuck in this genre in this era. Like I'm pretty sure the next era will be super unique, but as
For now,
time
we got
goes-
mumble rap.
yeah. For now, we got mumble rap.
Oh my god.
Okay,
I hate that.
some mumble rap hits hard. Some of it. Okay, it's like in my opinion, it's like like hard. It's like hard candy. Like you can have some every once in a while. It tastes sweet. It like pass them out at parties. You know, whatever. That can't be your diet though. That can't be your main course. Is just hard candies. You know. That's just my opinion though.
Mm-hmm.
And I will say that as it's interesting that you bring that up. Like there's more variability with a bigger population, but the thing is, since you know streaming services like YouTube are part of the medium now, you have to appeal to the algorithm, and the algorithm is appealing to the algorithm means you gotta like means like you streamline your content. I feel like, and with that being said, this is our show.
We'd like to give an extra special thanks to our guests for coming on to the show and to everyone listening in.
If you have any topics you would like to discuss, or if you would like to be part of one of these episodes, feel free to DM the class Instagram at IHSCO 2021. Again, that's at IHSCO 2021.
I'm Kathleen.
I'm Lucas.
This has been Last Week with IHS 21. We'll see you next time.
That's the first chunk.
I love it.
That was so good.
I love it.